What's shaking, everyone? Welcome back to Mindset Motivated with Zack and Robert, the podcast where we talk about mindset and motivation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this episode, Zack, what are we talking about here? Because I feel that it's sort of a parallel, or it's synonymous, or there's some congruency, or a lot of other big words that I don't completely understand in order to make myself sound more photosynthesis.
I know. This is,
to a previous episode.
It's kind of, this is kind of a spin at you, sort of hook punch episode.
Yeah, this is
shift of paradigm, open judgments, open concept, new age type stuff that we're trying to break into us, This guy's here,
Circle back, low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, so
buzzwords.
here we go. Rising above judgment.
Yeah, avoiding people-pleasing.
Right, man. You know what? I can remember in a time when I would meet you and I would be anything, do anything, say anything in order for me to think that you liked me. And even if you didn't like me, it was okay as long as I thought that you liked me. Or fit into that box.
Yep.
And my conversations and I was like a chameleon. Where I would go, I would fit in, right? And I know a lot of people that are like this, and I see it now. I'm not taking anybody's inventory in life, but let's break out of this, guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's things in life that, the society says are right. You know what? And I say, you know what? If you can live with something, then it's right. Mm-hmm. Whether it's you like, dressing up like a lady, or you like, staying up late at night and watching, horror, whatever the hell it is. I love
horror movies. Last night I watched
whatever the heck it is, right? You like, what is it that you have that, you're afraid that, you can't fit into society? Screw it. I say, average is so normal right now that you only have to be slightly different to be a genius.
Yeah. And there's always somebody judging you, right? You'll always find that. Actually, right. Like you mentioned horror movies. Last night I was watching this Korean horror series called Sweet Home on Netflix. Man, it is twisted. But every time I mention to people, I love horror movies. Like, man, what's wrong with you? I'd rather watch a Christmas rom-com.
Yeah.
But the point is that there's always going to be somebody judging you about anything and everything. How you look, what you wear, how you talk, what movies you watch, what kind of food you eat, what diet you're on.
You're never going to make everybody happy. And you know what? The sooner you realize that not everybody is going to like you.
Yeah.
The better off you'll be, because then you will start to do things that make you like you.
Right.
Right? You know what I mean? Everybody's got that little taboo side to them, that guilty pleasure or whatever. You know what? I'm saying break out of it and just be yourself. If you can live with something, then you need to have it in your life.
Well, this becomes really difficult to talk about when there's cultural differences. Because there's countries
I
around
get that.
the world.
There's a weird subject. I know. But you know what? I don't even really know what to say. I wanted to bring it up.
Okay.
I wanted to bring it up today. And I thought that it's cool to discuss. It's cool to throw into people's faces, what is right and wrong. Well, right and wrong is whatever you can live with.
Yeah.
If you can live with something, then it's.
I think you make a really good point there about what you can live with, right?
That's correct, right? So it's something, a sin, if you can live with it. I know there's things that I've done in my life that I just couldn't live with, and I had to rectify, and I had to make an amends, right? And living an amends, change my behavior, continue to change my behavior. Because what I did, I could not possibly live with.
Yep.
And there's other things that I did that, maybe Joe and Fran and Tommy are going to say, oh, he's a bad guy. But you know what?
You sound like you're part of an Italian mob.
Yeah. But you know what? At the end of the day, I can live with those things because I know they were for a higher purpose, or they got me to where I am. And I don't have to feel guilty about those things. And other people, you know what? We don't know where people are at, so we can't judge actions that people take to get through certain things.
Yep.
You walk 1,000 miles, or you walk a mile in somebody's shoes and you truly see. So judging somebody's actions, sometimes we do things in order to survive, mentally, physically, emotionally, and they're the things that just got us to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? Is that wrong? And I look at addiction a lot, like sometimes, in the place with somebody taking their own life. They chose to, use a substance, right? Until that substance no longer worked for them. But for somebody to say that's wrong, well, could the person live with it? Did it get them to the next day? Did they survive? They went out, got hammered one night. Yeah, Joe and Fran and Tom or whoever lived there. Yeah, oh man, guy went out, whatever. Guy got wasted and it got him to the next day and he was able to go, whatever, right? Or whatever you have to do. I'm a fighter. Not everybody thinks that's cool. Some people think it's barbaric, So what do? Do I stop fighting? Do I stop telling people? No, hell no. I can live with it. Yeah. I love it. It's my higher purpose. Do I have to appease to other people? Well,
let me give you an example of like the business world with this, right? Because, there's personal life and what you do personally, right? There's obviously the cultural thing, right? A lot of different countries around the world, the children are there to appease the parents. That's how it works.
Yeah.
But what I've noticed a lot lately in the business community is that somebody will say, listen, I'm not going to dress up. I'm not going to look nice. I'm not going to wear a tie and a suit or whatever to this business meeting because you know why? They need to like me for my ideas, And I think to myself, yeah, ultimately they're purchasing into your ideas. They're making a deal with you because of your concept or your ideas.
Yeah.
But the person on the other side of the table may come from a different place.
That's right. Where they see a lack of respect.
Right.
You would come in.
And how arrogant is it for you to think it doesn't matter what
that's different. Yeah. So that would be, I would consider that almost arrogance.
Yeah.
Being arrogant about doing something. And I guess there's a difference in that, Don't be arrogant about showing up to a high meeting in your track pants because,
or at least know who's on the other side of the table.
That's
Maybe
right.
You're dealing with somebody also who wears track pants.
You know what? And also, I guess the basis of this is don't condemn yourself for things that you've done and things that you do to get by to the next day, as long as you're working towards, a noble purpose.
Yep.
Or, maybe it's just something that helps you feel whole,
feel
human, right? Whatever it is. I'm saying don't deny yourself of those things. As long, you know what? It doesn't matter what you do to be happy as long as you're not hurting anybody else.
Yeah, that's important.
That's the main thing. If you are not hurting anybody else, cover yourself naked in paint and go roll around and wherever, right? As long as you're not breaking the law or you're not hurting anybody, I'm saying do what makes you happy. Be that animal that you're meant to be. And I'm that kind of guy. I got a lot of impulse. I like to do a lot of cool stuff that, people may look at me and be like, guy's a freaking maniac, right? But do I care? No. Does it make me feel whole? Yes. Am I then able to be the best man that I can be when I present myself outside? Not somebody with a resentment or anything that I'm, trying to run from.
We talk about this a lot in all of our episodes when we talk about things like results, when we talk about things like the law of attraction, when we talk about purpose, when we talk about everything, right? Ultimately, you're going towards something that you've decided you want to take steps towards. Oh, we're wrapping up.
That's our wrap up almost.
But my point was that when you've got purpose, and you're working towards that purpose, then you're not worrying about satisfying everyone else and you're doing what makes you happy because you see that ultimate goal. And then we diverge into results and all that sort of stuff that we talk about.
What's the point in all this working hard and being motivated if you don't feel good and you don't do what makes you happy, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to fit. I work my ass off. I can go do whatever I want as long as I don't hurt myself or anybody else.
Yeah. There's the bell.
Boom.
Let's wrap it up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening to us on Mindset Motivated with Zack and Robert. If you've got any questions or you've got ideas for new episodes or you just want to call us and say, hey, we're here, okay? So until next time, my friends, stay frosty.
Stay hungry.